Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Satisfaction Saturday. I hope all my brothers and sisters, those who are alumni and those who are students of North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, better known as A&T, where they are always known by saying Aggie Pride. May you have the best homecoming on earth like you always claim to do. We thank God that God does great and marvelous things. It's time that people come together from far and near to celebrate the goodness of the Lord and realize it is so good to see somebody you haven't seen in a long time. Today, we have to learn to measure greatness. I invite you to look at Luke's Gospel, the 22nd chapter, verses 24 through 30, a very powerful pericope. It is here that the disciples begin to grapple with a familiar human tendency. That is the desire for greatness and recognition. They debated, who is the greatest in the kingdom of God? You know, that's the debate between A&T and other schools. We must remind ourselves that everybody needs to know where greatness really lies. This sense of greatness has to resonate within us today as we measure success. And as we look at our societal standards, we look at titles, we look at wealth, we look at influence. However, Jesus turns their pursuits of greatness upside down. He tells them, in this world, the kings and great men and women lord over people, yet they call friends of people. But among you, it is different. Those who are the greatest among you must take the lowest rank. Jesus tells us this in verses 25 through 26. He redefines greatness not by status or by service. The greatest in the kingdom of God is not the one who seeks to be served, but who is willing to serve others. This is a profound challenge in our world to understand how leadership and influence has to be defined. In our world, we often promote self-promotion and competition. Jesus invites us to adopt a posture of humility and selflessness. Consider for ourselves, how can we embody this principle as we reflect this passage? We have to look for opportunities where we can serve others. We have to look for opportunities that we can use moments and times when there are large gatherings to raise money to help people who are the less fortunate. How we as institutions and how we as universities, how we can take resources and we can build at least 5 habitats. Have you ever thought about the money that is spent at large events of gatherings for athletics? How much we'll pay for a ticket? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we can use $1 of each one of those tickets to touch somebody's life in a powerful way, to turn some child around, to establish a scholarship? You and I have to learn that greatness comes in the deep conviction of following Jesus, to realize that our purpose is to serve in his kingdom. We must remind ourselves that Jesus tells us how important it is in Luke 22 and 29, that this is a call to legacy. It's an invitation for us to establish the kingdom not through and by authority, but through love and service. Today, we have to embrace the challenge of redefining greatness in our lives. Let us take the actions that reflect the heart of Jesus, the one who served with humility, shaping a community marked by love, support, and encouragement. Today, I want to remind you and I want to challenge you that we can make a difference if we only put our heads to it and our hands into it. We have to make a difference. We have to let everybody know that we have been touched by the Master, and our actions, our thoughts, and our words and deeds are not about having just a good time, but providing others who might be able to live in time. We must make sure that we prepare a way for our young people, that they'll know that God has invested so much in them, and he has given us the opportunity to invest ourselves in our time. Today, I want to remind you, you are exceedingly and abundantly blessed. Take the Lord with you everywhere you go. And we ask that you will allow the Lord to bring you to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship on tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock a.m. for our in-person worship service. You can join us virtually at 7 o'clock a.m. It's a time in which we know that God will bless us, and we will all say that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed. Until that time comes, take the Lord with you everywhere you go, and we'll look forward to seeing you real soon.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.